Alright, video number, what, 3, I guess it is, in this little short series of comments. Yeah, it's going to be a long series, but this is only, I haven't only got through one. So the last one cut off a little short just because I really did run out of time, only 2 seconds left. Alright, so anyway, let's go to this next guy. Let's see, some guy said, great illustration explanation, Nick, and Nick said, thank you, Air. I can't remember what was in the video, but I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, exactly. You can't remember what was in the video. The video was just a fucking preposterous maligning of everybody else's theory. Like you're some kind of, you got the fucking answer, you got shit. But anyway, I thought Amendum meant to say that the actual government or the authority will not pay interest. Isn't that what they are doing by monetizing? No. Let's see, Amendum meant to say the actual government will not pay interest. Yeah, well, of course, because the government won't have to pay interest. The government has unlimited supply of money. It's a bank of unlimited supply. It will loan money at bottom line interest required. No profit will be incurred and minimal risk will be incurred. And so it will loan money to good risk at a very, very low rate. And yes, if the guy is right, you need to look at what interest is and how important that is. You are paying more attention to interest lately. That is good. Yeah, exactly. Nick's not paying any attention to the fact that when you pay money, all right, for just being money, you destroy the value of money. Damn it. All right, D for Sean, asshole, for sure. Anytime we start discussing what should or shouldn't be without specifying specific goals or consequences relative to the should, we are having a meaningless conversation. Well, look, that's not my fault, okay? Nick's the one that I made. Go back to my original video, and I spelled out what all the should be, okay? The ideal, what we're trying to create, is get the most productivity out of human beings at the least exploitive cost. So without putting them into slavery, all right, we're trying to get the most work we can out of them, get every individual to make their contribution, to maximize their potential without driving themselves into the dirt and having no life worth living. We're trying to keep the quality of life as high as possible, all right, and create the most productivity as possible, and that's the balance we're trying to get to. So that's what every should in this argument is about, is getting to that goal of creating the most productivity at the least cost to the quality of human life. Dumbass. All right, Mystic. Sean, words are not perfect, but they are all we have. Often we do not mean what we say, but more conversation iron out the misunderstandings. Well, we got a lot of fucking misunderstandings to iron out, because all I'm hearing you say, Mystic Guy, is that kingships are great, and we can have a kingship that really works as long as we don't create obscene debt. No, that's not going to solve the problem. It's pretty well established that Gary is a ranting crazy person. I hope you don't take him seriously for too long. Well, it's pretty well established that you have a lame and weak argument, because that's just complete fucking ad hominem bullshit. You can't do better with that? So why don't you come up with a quote from me, dick shit, all right, and argue the goddamn quote. You fucking, well, I'm not even going to say it. Sean, if I try to do, and of course I don't, it is not to put people in boxes and then throw the box away. Well, you do plenty of that. Gary's output is magnificent. Well, that's pretty good. Across many fields. Well, you can't argue with that. Nick's got that one right. To put it into one box is surely madness. There. So he's calling the guy who's calling me crazy, he's calling him mad. So that's really productive. I mean, let's just let go of that kind of bullshit rhetoric. I mean, can't we just argue about the fucking ideology that's being spoken, the theories that are being postulated? Do we have to keep doing this personal fucking bullshit? Each statement can be taken on its own, though it was a new statement regarded on its merits, and that's why in many fine points are not ignored or casually dismissed. Well, sorry, I've just butchered that reading it, but whatever. Okay, D4 Sean. Sometimes when people say should, they are referring to what they personally approve of. That is the sense I got from how you use the word. However, Gary is trying to do something different. But the distinction is a complicated one. Well, whatever. Yeah, of course, I'm not playing some sort of subjective game like we should do what's to my advantage. I'm describing how you should build a building. It's architecture, it's engineering. Here's the theory of what a good building constitutes. That's what we're talking about. Damn it, you people. Sean, the use of should is based on what the person's meta-concept is. Does anyone have a meta-concept? Anyway, if they do, then their shoulds are probably based on it. Exactly. The meta-concept is the highest amount of productivity, retaining the highest quality of life for the most people. It's not that fucking complicated. D for Sean. It happens, I happen to like determinism quite a bit. However, when people try to derive ethics from determinism, well, what a pile of shit. And no one derives ethics from determinism. People derive ethics from some description of what is valuable. I have described what is valuable. Suffering is valuable. Preventing it is a good. Bingo. Oh, Jesus. As Gary was attempting to do, they are bullshitting you. Yeah, it's real bullshit. Determinism is irrelevant to everything except an intellectual discussion about our reality. Determinism means absolutely nothing because you will deterministically need to have conversations about determinism. I mean, all of this script is all the script. It doesn't fucking matter whether it's deterministic or not. We must read scripts. We will all read a script. That will fucking happen. It doesn't matter whether it's determined or not. It doesn't matter whether the script was written 10 million years ago. It only matters as that is the truth of our circumstance. It matters as a fact. But it doesn't matter in almost any practical way, except it might give you some understanding of how futile this life game is, in that this is just matter editing, just little eddies in a fucking stream going absolutely nowhere. The universe is not going someplace. The water that we are in the universe is not going someplace. This is just what the fucking water does as it rolls nowhere. Ugh, asshole. Determinism is not an ethical system. Well, duh. How the fuck could you get an ethical system out of the word determinism? It's impossible. And we still can derive an ought from an is. Well, see, look, I know where this guy's going. This is another one of these assholes. They're going to argue that determinism has something to do with our ability to describe what a human being is, functional or dysfunctional. We can still judge human behavior as productive or as destructive based on a value equation that says harming sentient beings is bad, pleasing sentient beings is good. We can describe people and say how efficient they are. And if they're completely inefficient and extremely destructive, like a Bundy or a Gacy, we can crush them like a fucking pest, a bug, an invading parasite, a destructive piece of crap. We can label them destructive to civilization, destructive to consciousness, destructive to sentient beings on planet Earth, and we can just fucking drop the fist on them and squash them like a piece of shit. All right, and you can do that in a deterministic universe. We're not punishing them. We are merely describing them as useless, broken toasters and saying, fuck the useless, broken toaster. We can get a new toaster really cheap. Fuck this piece of shit. Let's get something that's not going to kill my kids. Ah, stupid motherfuckers. All right, the S. Senef, the Nazi racist bitch. Most business enterprises need a great deal more capital than can be amassed by petitioning friends and family for support. Thus, it comes from strangers. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It really doesn't. The bottom line is if you pay people for it, you're paying money. You're letting money make money. And as soon as you let money make money, you are devaluing work. It's that simple. The guy borrowing the money is going to do the productive work. The person who has a surplus has no right to have that surplus gain. That's just causes inflation, and it causes devaluation of real work. Oh, you just can't get anything right. All right, right. Why would anybody risk lending to strangers? Well, like I say, it doesn't matter. If the government does the lending, then we don't need the strangers. I would like to see private capital abolished. Well, you can't. Private capital is not the point. Wealth should be abolished. Capital, money, is just something you used to as a contract to make the contract secure, so they're guaranteed, so they're functional. So that's all money is for. It's just parchment that you write contracts on. Guaranteed parchment. You can't write invisible ink. I already explained this fucking shit. That's all money is. It doesn't mean anything. Capital is when you say the money is actually something. Capitalism becomes that, where you'd say money deserves to be a player. Money is an employee. Money is a worker. Money is productive. No, money's just the contract. The people have to be productive. A human has to do the productive thing. Money can't do the productive thing. Oh, god damn it. Alright, and so some guy called Anarcho-Humanist. Really great name that is. See, wait, why don't you just call yourself Oxymoron? Anarcho-Humanist? How the fuck can you give a shit and then say we don't need rules that say what shit should be given? You're just so stupid. Yeah, but even in times of scarcity, people do have decency towards friends and neighbors. Well, look, there's no point in talking about the ideal. Like I said, if you're gonna... I think we can do the ideal. I think we can have rules to keep people... But you still have to have rules. You can't do it through anarchy. You have to have a rule, like, oh, I'm gonna have to wear that label that calls me an asshole. There has to be some kind of incentives, because if you don't have incentives, people will fuck up. Ugh, damn it. I hate having to re-explain that. I mean, yes, human nature is a problem. It's not insurmountable, but you have to acknowledge its existence.